Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Now, on the basis of these, let us solve few questions. Now, we are given a chemical reaction. In a reaction, 5.3 gram of sodium carbonate reacts with 6 gram of ethanoic acid. That means you are given the two reactants. The products were 2.2 gram of carbon dioxide and 0.9 gram of water and 8.2 gram of sodium ethanoate. Show that these observations are in agreement with the law of conservation of mass. Now, let us write down, let us try to identify the reactant and the product. Now, what are the reactants? The reactants are, we have sodium carbonate, which is equal to 5.3. Alright, so sodium carbonate is reacting with ethanoic acid to form, what is the product? Sodium ethanoate, carbon dioxide and water. Now let us write down what are the mass that has been used in the reactant. In the reactant, 5.3 gram of sodium carbonate reacts with 6 gram of ethanoic acid to form 2.2 gram of carbon dioxide, 0.9 gram, or rather if I just write it, sodium ethanoate is 8.2 gram, carbon dioxide is 2.2 gram, whereas water is 0.9 gram. So what will be the weight of the reactant? So the weight of the reactant is 5.3 plus 6, that is 11.3 gram. Whereas what is the weight of the product? The weight of the product is 8.2 plus 2.2 plus 0.9. Alright, which is also equal to 11.3 gram. Now because, so if this is W1 or if this is WR and this is WP, and since WR, that is the weight of the reactant, is equal to the weight of the product, therefore it is in accordance to the law of conservation of mass. So this observation is in agreement with the law of conservation of mass because the weight of the reactant is equal to the weight of the product. I hope this is understood by you. The next is hydrogen and oxygen combine in the ratio of 1:8 by mass to form water. And this is in accordance to the law of constant proportion. What mass of oxygen gas would be required to react completely with 3 gram of hydrogen gas? Now you need to see that hydrogen and oxygen has a mass of ratio 1:8. This is the original one, that the ratio between the hydrogen and oxygen in water molecule is 1:8. So in case we have 3 grams of hydrogen, then what will be the amount of oxygen? So what do you think? Yes, definitely. Because we know that the ratio by mass is always constant for a particular compound. So if there is an increase of the ratio by 3 times in hydrogen, then the ratio of oxygen should also increase by 3 times. That is, it has to be 3 into 8 equal to 24 gram. So 3 gram of hydrogen should react with 24 gram of oxygen to make a molecule, to make water molecule. Alright? Okay. The third one, which postulates of Dalton's atomic theory is the result of law of conservation of mass? Can you recollect what we had done already? So, the law of conservation of mass, which is in accordance to the law of conservation of mass, it is the second theory. The atoms are indivisible, which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction, because the law of conservation of mass also says that in a chemical reaction, the mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. So, Dalton's atomic theory is in accordance to the second law of Dalton's atomic theory is in sync with the law of conservation of mass. So, which postulate? Dalton's second postulate is in accordance to the law of conservation of mass. Alright. Which postulate of Dalton's atomic theory can the law of definite proportion? So, which is in sync with the law of definite proportion? Again, now let's go back to the previous one. Definite proportion. The fifth law. Atoms combine in the ratio of some small whole number to form compounds, or that means it is indivisible. The sixth one, the relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. The relative number and the kind of atoms are constant, that is, they are definite. The proportion that exists between the atoms in a compound are fixed. So, the sixth postulate is in accordance to the law of definite proportion. So, the sixth postulate is the law of definite proportion. So, from this we conclude that John Dalton also accepted the law of chemical combination, because he was also in the same, he also agreed with the same school of thought that atoms are the smallest particle of matter. Okay, let's do the next question. When 3 grams of carbon is burnt in 8 grams of oxygen, then 11 grams of carbon dioxide is produced. What mass of carbon dioxide will be formed when 3 grams of carbon is burnt in 50 grams of oxygen? And which law of chemical combination will govern your answer? Now, in this case, we see that there is a condition, there is a chemical reaction which is giving that carbon is reacting with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. So here we see that 3 grams of carbon is reacting with 8 grams of oxygen, alright, to form 11 grams of carbon dioxide. So this is the first thing already given to us. This is the first case, which is in accordance to the law of constant proportion. Similarly, when 3 grams of carbon will react with 50 grams of oxygen, then we would see that out of this 50, it is going to react with only 8 grams, and the rest of 42 grams would remain as it is, will be unreactive. And thus 3 grams will react with 8 grams of carbon to form again 11 grams of carbon dioxide. And this 42 grams of oxygen will remain unreactive. Okay. So we find that carbon is going to react, 3 grams of carbon is going to react with only 8 grams of oxygen. It is going to react with only 8 grams of oxygen, and the rest of it would remain unreactive, thereby to give 11 grams of carbon dioxide. And it is in accordance to the law of constant proportion. Fine. I hope this is clear.